Welcome to Milwaukee. Milwaukee is the largest city in the state of Wisconsin and the 31st most popular city in the United States. Its location is on the southwestern of Lake Michigan and it has many cities around. There is a lot of beautiful scenery in Milwaukee, including the glistening Michigan Lake. If you ever get the chance to go there, be sure to enjoy the fresh air and water. Milwaukee even holds many fun events like Summerfest and State Fair. There's events are very fun because of the fun activities. Summerfest has great live music and lots of people to meet. State Fair is also very fun because it has lots of exciting rides like roller coasters. Not only does State Fair have great rides, but it also has lots of games to play, and if you win, you will get a wonderful prize. Another fun thing about State Fair is the food. At State Fair, you can eat foods that you can find anywhere else, like huge cream puff, fried Oreos, and more. If you're looking for something tasty to eat, you are in the right place because Milwaukee has many delicious foods from cuisine from all over the world. However, if you don't have a ride, you can walk to the nearest bus stop or call a taxi to take you to the wonderful places. There is a variety of buses and taxis to choose from. Each bus has its own schedule, so make sure you won't go the wrong one. However, if you prefer taking a taxi, all you have to do is dial the number and ask the driver to pick you to and drive you. The weather in Milwaukee depends on the season. It's not always hot and sunny, but if it is, you should go swim in the cool and breezy lake. Because of these great rays, over 600,000 people live here. According to U.S. Census Bureau, Milwaukee population was in 2000 it was 600,000. In 2005, it's 602,000. In 2010, it's 595,000. In 2013, it was 600,000. Are you ready to ride all these wonderful things in Milwaukee? I hope you are. Enjoy your stay at the one and only Milwaukee.
Races. Unfortunately, the segregation in Milwaukee is very notable. The difference between white, black, Hispanic, Asian can be felt all over the city. Milwaukee has a total population of 599,164. From that amount, 39.4% are black, 35.6% are white, 18.2% are Hispanic, 3.5% are Asian, and 2.6% are two or more races. If you take a walk in Milwaukee, you are going to realize that there are regions for white people, regions for black people, and regions for Hispanics. People aren't so willing to mix up with other races. And Milwaukee, as the largest city of Wisconsin, also has black race population percentage significantly above state average. Hispanic race population percentage significantly above state average as well, and foreign-born population percentage above state average too. The difference branches out the economy as well. Black people suffer more economically speaking than white people. The percentage of residents living in poverty in 2002 are 29.9%, 15.7% for white non-Hispanic residents, 40.7% for black residents, 32.7% for Hispanic, and 33.8% for other race residents. Also, speaking about household income, we got expressive numbers that show us this segregation. About $48,000 for white non-Hispanic householders, about $26,000 for black householders, about $43,000 for Asian householders, and $25,000 for some other race householders, and $29,000 for Hispanic or Latino householders. Also, the quantity of black people that don't own their own houses is incredibly different from white people. White and Caucasian residents have 64% owner occupied and 59% renter occupied, while Black or African American residents have just 26 percentage owner occupied and 60 percentage of renter occupied. This economic difference can be seen when you go shopping in somewhere at Milwaukee. Some places like McDonald's has a lot of Hispanic workers, while Walmart has only black people working at. White people usually are found working better jobs than others. In just a few portions of the jobs you can encounter different races working in the same place. Milwaukee has a strong German descendant with 13% of the population having ancestries from this country. Also, there are a lot of Mexicans here. More than 31,300 people are Mexican in Milwaukee. So the influence that the city suffers is so much intense with all these people coming from all over the world. Milwaukee could be the city where American people could fight against this segregation and erase it from here, branching out the rest of the country. The globalization that happens here has a strong impact in the city, but the population could make it for good things and learns instead of segregation and separation. Maybe it's a cultural problem that is very hard to change, but every change begins with an initial kick, and Milwaukee could do that. The city that is already the biggest and richest in the state could be even more big or rich with all the positive impacts that people from other countries could add here. Different ways of thinking, different methods to solve problems, different ways to lead, and more.
Air and water. Milwaukee has a very large water source, Lake Michigan, which is one of the Great Lakes. It is the sixth largest lake in the world. The lake is approximately 307 miles long and average 75 miles across, covering an area of 22,400 square miles. Lake Michigan has 1,638 miles of shoreline, including islands. It has a capacity of 111 trillion gallons. Of course, it doesn't mean to use only in Milwaukee, but you will be able to imagine its size. Incidentally, according to the U.S. Geological Survey, 80 to 100 gallons water has been used by per person in one day. The water is managed by the Milwaukee Water Works. MWW is the water utility owned by Milwaukee. They provide water to 865,000 people in 16 communities: Milwaukee, Brownsville, Butler Franklin, Greendale, Greenfield, Hales Corners, Monument Falls, Macomb, New Berlin, Sherwood, St. Francis, St. Cecil, Owatonna, West Allis, and West Milwaukee. MWW have nearly 2,000 miles of water mains. 2,000 miles of water mains are long enough to reach from Milwaukee to Seattle. According to MWW, one person who lives in Milwaukee uses 93 gallons water in a day. This amount is less than average of all people in US. Milwaukee students have cut back water usage by 27% from 2000 to 2013. This is the gift of environmental conservation activities. Water of Milwaukee is high quality. The Milwaukee Water Works is a pioneer in supplying pure drinking water. They have many testing to provide pure and healthful water and test over 500 materials that can be in water to supply high quality water. They treat Lake Michigan water at two plants using ozone disinfection and biological filtration treatment process with multiple barrier protection. It works to remove impurities in the water of the lake. With these plants, they can supply pure drinking water. Then, how about air? Milwaukee's air is a little worse than average of US. Do you know AQI? AQI is air quality indices. They are numbers used by the United States Environmental Protection Agency to define the quality of the air at a given location. According to the US, high AQI indicates polluted air. Environmental Protection Agency, the average of AQI in Milwaukee is higher than the average in US. In conclusion, Milwaukee has high quality and pure drinking water, an amount of source of water, and air which is a little worse, but it's not a problem for health. The water is managed by the Milwaukee Water Works, and it needs some improvement to decline the AQI of Milwaukee.
Weather. Milwaukee, which near Lake Michigan, is extremely cold in winter. The winter can last for 6 months, from the early October to the end of March. Based on the Weather Channel, the highest temperature was 105 degrees and the lowest temperature was 26 below zero. Milwaukee usually has 7 days a year when the temperature drops to zero or below. The precipitation of Milwaukee, which can be throughout all year round, is very varied. It is scarce during winter months, even though rain can fall all year. The mixed form of precipitation, such as ice or freezing rain, can occur during the transition. These things tend to occur mainly in November and March. Because of lake effect, snow produced by Lake Michigan, which is near Milwaukee, the city receives more snowfall than cities, even slightly inland. The average snowfall of the city is 52.4 inches. That is the reason why Milwaukee is so cold in winter. August is the wettest month of the year, with an average 4.03 inches of precipitation, mainly as rainfall. Based on the weather channels, it's the uncommon rain during the summer, usually occurring in April or October. The main precipitation events from May until September are thunderstorms and sometimes an extended tornado season, which Milwaukee experience can last from late March until early June. The driest month is February, when only 1.65 inches of precipitation falls. Based on Alberta Clipper, Milwaukee will be dominated by almost entirely as light and slow moisture in February.
Festivals. Milwaukee is known as the city of festival, and it is a city that loves to celebrate. When the snow is not flying and the temperature is getting higher than 50 degrees Fahrenheit or about 10 degrees Celsius, you can bet that there is probably some sort of festival happening somewhere in our city. No matter what your taste, where you're from, Milwaukee definitely has one or two festivals that you want to get on your calendar. In summer festival season begins with Pride Fest in June, the largest lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender pride festival in Wisconsin. Coming up with Polish Fest, highlight Polish and Polish American entertainment on 5 stages, folk art, Polish artists, demonstration, and a marketplace in a cultural village, and offer authentic Polish fare. Say goodbye to June at the world's largest music festival, Summerfest. The 11 days event features national headliner and upcoming indie artists on 10 ground stage and a 23,000-seat amphitheater. It includes restaurant, entertainment, a bar with 4 shopping marketplace and a children play area. Bastille Day is next on the list. Is a Milwaukee popular French festival and one of the nation's largest French-themed celebrations. Return to downtown Milwaukee Cathedral Square Park. Attract over 250,000 visitors annually who enjoy live music and international marketplace, chef and wine demos, French and Cajun cuisine, roaming basker entertainment, and a signature 43-foot Eiffel Tower. There are still other festivals, for example, Milwaukee Indie Fest, German Fest, Brady Street Festival, Irish Fest. In fall festival season begins with the Indian Summer Festival. The mission of this festival is to educate, preserve and promote American Indian culture and showcase the diversity that exists within tribal culture. The event features a competition powwow, cultural demonstration, traditional food, fine art, lacrosse, Olympic-style amateur boxing. The Indian Summer The Indian Summer Music Awards show a marketplace and both cultural and contemporary entertainment. Coming up with the Milwaukee Film Festival showcase the best contemporary American and international cinema. The festival is held at several historic venues in Milwaukee, including the landmark Oriental Theater and the in winter festival season begins with Milwaukee Holiday Light Festival that transforms downtown Milwaukee into sparkling winter wonderland with more than 500,000 twinkling lights from the steam locomotive to Santa reindeer and more. Ride the Jingle Bus for a warm and comfortable tour, complete with hot chocolate and cookie for the ride. Explore more than 50 international culture through music, dance, food and art at the Holiday Folk Fair International. See dancers from Bulgarian, Turkish and Irish traditional sample dish from global vendors at the World Cafe. Look like every season have a lot of interesting festival, so don't forget to put Milwaukee on your travel list.
Leisure time and tourism in Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a beautiful city to spend time. Lake of Michigan is most important thing in Milwaukee. You can swim, sailing, or just relax around the lake. Historical building also interesting. They have many architectural building, which Basilica of St. Joseph, the Cathedral of St. John Evangelist. Harley-Davidson Museum, interesting of seeing history of Harley-Davidson, which famous brand from Milwaukee. You can take a boat tour, bus tour or bike tour. You can see quickly important things and you can figure out where you go next. Art museum, public museum, nice to visit. If you are with kids, you shouldn't pass the zoo. North Point Lighthouse, good to visit and spend some time in Lake Park. Wintertime, you can go to skiing. Hunting is also an option for tourism. Breweries and food also tour also possible. Baseball and basketball games are very popular for leisure time.
Transportation in Milwaukee. Milwaukee City has many transportation facilities. The city has supported a diverse transportation system. Individual cars, trains, bicycles, trolleys, horses, buses, boats are the most common way walking. Milwaukee's options by air, rail, highway, and water hub give to their citizens many ways and choices to go around. When you talk about public transportation, there are many options. The most known one is the Milwaukee County Transit System, MCTS. MCTS is a vital service to the community with approximately 40 million riders each year, going to jobs, school, shopping, healthcare, and recreation in Milwaukee County. MCTS ranks among the largest all-bus transportation systems of the nation. There are 480 air-conditioned buses working from 5 a.m. till 2 a.m. The buses are frequent and safe. They offer special buses for many events and festivals in the city, also as special buses out to home games of the Milwaukee Brewers and Bucks. This way, everyone can go anywhere in Milwaukee County. MCTS was awarded the Outstanding Achievement Award, the most important award a transit company can achieve by the American Public Transit Association in 1987 and 1999. The Badger bus hauls trips between Madison, Milwaukee, and points between those cities, especially connect to Milwaukee's Mitchell International Airport. Greyhound offers rides from closed city zones, south to Chicago, west to Madison, and north to Green Bay. If train is the public option, Milwaukee has Amtrak rail service connects Milwaukee south to Chicago and west to Minneapolis. The east of Milwaukee on side of part of Lake Michigan, so people can use the port of Milwaukee for shipping through. Lake Express is a high-speed ferry service across the lake. It crosses in about 2.5 hours with up to 250 passengers and 46 automobiles as well as bicycles and motorcycles. Also, the Great Lakes St. Lawrence makes shipping. Great Lakes cruise ships periodically stop at the city. If you want to come by air, there is the Milwaukee Airport. Many airlines serve Milwaukee's General Mitchell International Airport. It's the largest airport in Wisconsin. The construction of a new public transport, the Milwaukee Streetcar, is expected to start in spring of 2016. So, in the future, the Milwaukee Streetcar will begin serving area residents, workers, and visitors in the second half of 2018. Also, there are many individual ways to go around the city. Milwaukee has a ride-sharing policy. In many cases, someone who has a car is driving alone and can give a ride. That system involves mobile technology and payments to maintain a secure ride. For example, air rideshare and carpooling. Other options are the cabs. Yellow Cab and TaxMK. These companies are recognized and a good way to get around the city. Milwaukee has so many festivals, and those cabs are very difficult and very expensive in these times. Therefore, are some other ways to ride with facility, and they are cheaper than take a cab. Use the innovative on-demand mobility service. There are Uber, Lyft, Sidecar, and Ride Inside. Also, Go Right-Way Transportation Groups provides transportation solutions for many individual and group moving at Wisconsin and Upper Illinois. Transit Express offers a variety of charter bus and other transportation services with over 125 vehicles, including commuter vans, buses, trolleys, and executive cars to meet personal or corporate needs.
An environmental way to ride there are the BubbleBikes.com is a bike-sharing program consistent in pick up a bike from a self-service bike rental kiosk and return to another kiosk nearby the user. It is a good way for transportation. Once there is a very good system of county bicycle trails. For walking, also, Milwaukee has safe cross for pedestrians. The streets are very well signalized and the drivers know they have to respect crosswalks and obey walk-like signals, but unfortunately the laws are not consistently respected by some drivers in Milwaukee.
Sport in Milwaukee Village. Villagers in Milwaukee love playing sport. They started to play sport a long time ago. Milwaukee Village is a home of sport teams and events. There are lots of sports which villagers play, but people like four most popular sports. There are baseball, basketball, ice hockey, and indoor soccer. Baseball is considered as the most favorite sport in Milwaukee. It came with Milwaukee villagers from New England and New York in the mid-19th century. The first baseball match of villagers were in 1859. After that, the Milwaukee Baseball Club was organized but stopped because of the Civil War. However, baseball was still a leisure game throughout the war. From small groups, baseball has become a main sport among Milwaukee villagers. Here not for men but for women. The women's game is modified from the Major League version. They make distance shorter and pitchers throw underhand. The pride of Milwaukee people in baseball is Milwaukee Brewers. It was established in 1970s from a baseball team Seattle Pilots. The 1982 Brewers has been the most amazing team in baseball history of Milwaukee. The Brewers won 13 games in a row to start season and set an LA record. Most of villagers in Milwaukee like basketball. People join all small basketball season games. Professional basketball came to Milwaukee in January of 1968. Everybody knows about the most famous basketball team, Milwaukee Bucks. The reputation of the Bucks expanded when the team won the league championship. It was a resounding success of the Bucks in its third NBA season in 1971. The Bucks have won 16 postseason titles and count 9 Hall of Fame members among their ranks throughout the team history. Basketball season takes place regularly in a year. Milwaukee Indoor Soccer is known with the success of Milwaukee Wave. The team was born on November 10, 1984. The Wave are the longest continuously running professional soccer operation in North America. It was one of 6 charter members of American Indoor Soccer Association. They play at the U.S. Cellular Arena. They have captured 6 league champions in the past 9 years. Because people play soccer inside, indoor soccer can happen even in the winter. Indoor soccer tickets are sold fast when a new season starts. Hockey is the fastest game on the earth and one of the easiest to understand. Ice hockey is played by Milwaukee villagers in the stadium on icing ground. The most famous ice hockey team is the Milwaukee Admiral. It was started in 1970 as Milwaukee Wings, and when it was sold the next year, it was renamed the Milwaukee Admiral. The team is a part of the U.S. Hockey League and the International League before joining the AHL in 2001. They play at BMO Harris Bradley Center. The Milwaukee Admiral is the top level featured a team for NHL team, the Nashville Predators.
Foods. Milwaukee is in the north, so the spring and summer are short. However, people enjoy eating seasoning foods. They try to enjoy short, warm season. After the cold and long winter, asparagus, fiddleheads, green garlic, mint, horseradish, and mushrooms are in season. Also, people get fish such as salmons, trout, or many other fish from the Lake Michigan. In summer, beans, cucumber, eggplant, melon, sweet corn, tomato, and potatoes are in season. Vegetable acres harvested rate is 531.38 per 10,000 people. In a warm night, village people gather sites of beer garden. They enjoy drinking and eating while they are talking. They like to drink very much. Alcohol consuming rate of Milwaukee is top class compared with other states. Milwaukee is famous for beer because a lot of immigrants came from Germany to get works in 1840s, and there were fresh water, ice for cellars, and hops in Milwaukee, so German people began to make beer. Now, Miller Beer is the most big company in Milwaukee. Miller Beer factories show how to make beer, and visitors can taste beer. Milwaukee is famous for cheese and cranberries too. In Wisconsin, there are 2 million cows. Also, it produces 25% milk, 20% cheese and butter in the states. Villagers like to eat cheese. A woman says that Milwaukee cheese is the best and she always misses Milwaukee cheese very much when she traveling abroad. In Milwaukee, there are more than 10 cheese factories. However, the agricultural activities are declining. In Milwaukee, the most popular work is food services. About 10% of villagers involved in accommodation and food services. There are 605 food service restaurants, 203 grocery stores. Milwaukee is a state where people from various countries live, so restaurants have great variety, such as Greek restaurant and Mexican foods, and there are a lot of other restaurants in Milwaukee. Moreover, historic Turner Hall is a place where people can gather before events. Since 1883, this historic landmark offers a variety of American pub, fare, and German specialties. The Milwaukee Turners is a group that has been a part of the city since 1853. They are dedicated to fostering the health of body and mind through various programs, including public gymnastics, education, music, and other arts. It provided open spaces for artists. As time passes, Turner Hall has been a popular place among many artists. People enjoy foods very much, but some of them have problems with their health. 8.7% people suffer from adult diabetes and 29.6 are adult obesity.
Schooling and literacy. Milwaukee has 443 schools, including public and private schools. The average private school tuition in Milwaukee is $3,985 for elementary schools and $9,010 for high schools. There are 189 private schools in Milwaukee, serving 42,382 students. 81% of Milwaukee County private schools are religiously affiliated, most commonly Roman Catholic and Wisconsin Evangelical Lutheran Synod. There are 45 private high schools in Milwaukee, serving 14,866 students. There are 167 private elementary schools in Milwaukee, serving 34,432 students. There are 108 private preschools in Milwaukee County, serving 25,319 students. The Milwaukee Public School System, serving almost 100,000 students, is administered by a 9-member, nonpartisan board of school directors that appoints a superintendent. The system employs more than 6,700 full-time, part-time, and substitute teachers. In 2003, Milwaukee Public Schools had a 6% graduation rate. More than 50% of graduating students planned on attending some sort of college or university. Overall, students maintained an 89.9% attendance rate. Milwaukee Public School teachers are well educated. In 2004, 46% of teachers held a master's degree or higher. There are 2,054 public schools in Milwaukee County, serving 141,562 students. 125 are elementary schools, 16 are middle schools, 41 are high schools, 72 are other, including alternative, partnership, charter schools, and other programs. Milwaukee is home to many higher education institutions. A 2000 students by McGill University in Montreal ranked Milwaukee 15th in a list of U.S. and Canadian cities with the highest number of college students per 100 residents. One of the largest schools in the area is the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. It's one of 2 doctoral universities in the University of Wisconsin system and has an enrollment of 23,000. The school offers more than 120 undergraduate majors, 47 master's degrees, and 17 doctorate degrees. It is also one of the top research institutions in the country, ranking in the top 3.5% of national universities. The area also boasts a number of technical colleges. Milwaukee Area Technical College offers more than 150 associated degrees, technical diplomas, and short-term certificates. At nearby Gateway Technical College, the school has more than 70 careers options. Waukesha County Technical College focuses on technical education, occupational training, and enrichment programs. In all the states of Wisconsin, Milwaukee County contains the 9% of literacy rates, which means 106,000 people. In Milwaukee, only about half the students who start 9th grade will finish high school 4 years later. For population 25 years old and over in Milwaukee, 82.1% have high schools or higher, 22.2% have bachelor or degrees or higher, 7.9% are graduated or professional degrees, and 10.8% are unemployed.